Hi everyone, thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation on cloud collaboration in Teams. My name is David Chappell and I'm the Business Development Manager for Dynamic Business Technologies. What that means is that I assist clients in ensuring that they are getting the best value from the Microsoft offering. The Dynamic Business Technology goal is to support our clients' success by providing technology solutions that enable their business goals and resolve their business challenges. Currently, the environment is moving towards remote work, which has led to a massive uptake of Microsoft Teams. Microsoft have three key strategies when it comes to Microsoft Teams: adoption and change management, calling and meetings, and custom applications and extensibility. We work with organizations to build an extensive use of Microsoft Teams. As more organizations are looking towards a modern workplace, there's a shift from the classic IT environment and a move towards a more modern IT. With the current environment and people working from home, organizations are putting preparations in place to ensure that they are able to operate in alternate environments. No longer are we confined by the nature of offices, and organizations are proving employees can work from home. In this presentation, I'll provide you with some general tips for how to work remotely, and then I'll discuss how to utilize Teams to be an effective tool for a remote working scenario. Although this information may seem basic, it's the simple things that are often overlooked. Make sure that you create your own office desk and you have a second screen. Natural light is the most effective for mood and for video conferencing. Make sure that you have an appropriate desk, chair, and have this area separate to your living areas. Depending on your living situation, you want to implement hard rules to ensure that you can get your work done and stay productive. Don't make changes in your daily routine. Keep getting dressed in your business attire and try to keep it consistent with what you were doing. Take this guy for example. He has the right idea, but it doesn't look like the most comfortable arrangement. When you are on video, ensure that you have a suitable environment and are dressed appropriately. How to keep up your social interactions. There are just a few tips here. Instead of calling, activate your video. You'll be surprised how much you and the rest of the team can benefit from this. Make sure when you're using chat rooms or Teams, introduce a channel where you can have a bit of fun. A general chat forum or a place to inform others of what is on your mind. Try and replace at least one email with a phone call or video call. It gets you interacting with the team, ping the person you're trying to reach, and turn the email into a phone call. When starting a meeting, introduce some quick chat to catch up on the other person's situation. Anything that isn't work related really, to ensure that you are continuing to maintain the relationships of the workplace. Next, we are going to show you how to leverage Teams to be effective along with the items previously mentioned. Make sure that you use the status options in Teams and make a habit of updating this. You can allocate times in the day to let others know that you are contactable, using the block and label time slots features. Make sure your calendar is visible to your colleagues. You don't have to completely unlock it, as to they know exactly what is happening, but you can show yourself as busy or available, and that way they can schedule time with you accordingly. Using status messages can be a useful tool to give further insight as to what you are currently working on. When you are presenting, you could put a message up to inform others of what you are doing and ensure that you are not bothered. The message that appears is quite abrupt and make sure that the information is provided to those attempting to contact you. These messages are meant for short periods of time, and you can set a duration for the message to be reset to default settings. How to minimize the distractions. Make sure that you define your working hours in your calendar, and again, make it visible to others. Therefore, people know what is going on, and you can stay true to what you are wanting to accomplish in that time period. Mute your mobile phone if possible, or at least mute the notifications from applications. Although some work notifications come through, this is made redundant through looking at your Outlook on your PC at the same time. If you enable your video during your meetings, you won't be prone to the external distractions also. Ensure that you have a workspace, finding the space to give you the ability to perform your work tasks. Try and go for a walk or a run to make sure that you stay active. Remember that when you're in the office, you're not shackled to your desk. You're up and around the office also. How do we make sure that all voices are heard during meetings and chats? Here are a few tips. If you're having a chat with a group of people, try and turn the chat into a call. Turn on the video so that the attendees can interact face to face. This allows the chat to become more inclusive. Make sure to pause and allow remote attendees a chance to speak so that everyone's opinion is heard. Microsoft are currently in the process of implementing a raise hand feature to show that the attendee would like to speak, making sure that the inclusivity of meetings within Teams is at its highest. Remind attendees to mute to allow for minimal background noise and distractions. Teams will let you know if there are multiple people in the meeting currently and will ask if you want to stay muted as to not add to the noise of the meeting taking place. The use of app mentions allows for the team to get attention of someone. This will give them a separate notification with the information to look at a specific section of a chat. Next, we are going to discuss some of the great features implemented into Teams. These add to the inclusivity of your team and ensure you're getting the most out of a meeting. Polls is a great way of getting the opinion of a group on something. When you're in a channel or chat, you have the three-dotted button at the bottom of the chat. You can then search for polls and add that to the Teams channel. From there, you can add the question you are wanting to ask, response options, and click Next to add this to the channel or chat that you're working on. Whiteboard. This is useful for working within a group and having to use images or flow charts or the like. When you click on the Share the Screen option, instead of clicking to share screen, you can click on the Whiteboard option. This is a collaborative tool which everyone will be able to view, whether you're on a PC, mobile, or other. The whiteboard is updated at real time. Live captions allows you to add subtitles to your meeting instantly. To turn this feature on, you go to the three dots and then click the option for turning on live captions. Most of you would have probably seen this gentleman where the children come running into the room. Unfortunately, background blur wasn't available for him, but this feature would have been well leveraged at the time. To turn on, click the three dots and select background blur and the feature will turn on for you. If you want to record the meeting for people who are not able to join, or perhaps you want to share it another time, make sure that you click the three dots and click the Start Recording option. This will trigger an automatic message to all attendees to let them know the session is recorded. If someone does not want to be recorded, they can drop out of the meeting. The benefit of the recording is that it's uploaded to Microsoft Stream. After a few moments, you'll be able to search the meeting through text. You can head to Microsoft Stream and search for a keyword or your name to see if you were mentioned with an action to take place. That's the power of the transcription within the recorded video. The Teams companion app is available for both Android and iOS. Microsoft have worked hard on this application to ensure that you get the same experience within the mobile app as what you would on the PC. This allows you to connect to meetings on the go through the application. While presenting, you can mute other people on their behalf. If someone forgets to mute themselves, another member of the meeting can mute the individual or mute all as well. To activate this, click the Show Participants list. Mute all is at the top right. Alternatively, you can right-click on an individual to mute the single participant. Sometimes, when you're using Teams and the information is flowing, the amount of notifications can be overwhelming. You can minimize these within the settings to ensure that you will only be notified when a specified notification is coming through. You can implement these settings into one group or throughout all of Teams. If you select the Do Not Disturb feature, you'll not get any new notification pop-ups. Make sure that you check out your settings for meetings. You can access these settings within Teams or while in a meeting as well. Double check that the audio is coming through the appropriate headset or speakers. Using a certified headset will allow you to get the best quality out of your meetings. There is a lot of flexibility within Teams to set up a meeting. You can have an ad hoc meeting with the Meet Now button, private meetings with a specific employee, or channel meetings where entire channels can be invited. To schedule a meeting directly from Microsoft Teams, click on Meetings on the left side menu and select Schedule a Meeting. Select the channel you want to meet with. Use the scheduling assistant to find a time which suits everyone available, and select how often you want that to occur. With Teams, you can host online meetings with both internal members of your organization or external. If the external member is not on Teams or has not used it before, you can send them an invite via email. They'll be able to click the link and insert their name, and they'll be able to join the meeting via the web browser. Members who are on the go have the capability to dial into the meeting rather than connecting via the PC. From the meeting invite, you can click on the dial-in number and the settings will be set for you automatically. This is a great benefit for people in internet-poor areas. You can even forward emails into a channel. You can forward whatever document you need to the email and it will upload to the channel. To get the address, go to the channel, click the three dots, and under this there will be the Get Email Address option. You can then copy and paste this into your emails and forward the documents required. Microsoft Planner is a simple project management tool that can integrate into Microsoft Teams. This means you don't have to open up a bunch of different apps in order to manage your tasks. You can pin the Planner app and this will show up as a tab within a channel. The use of a private channel is very important and useful to an organization. This feature allows you to create a private channel so that you can invite the people required and you don't have to set up a bunch of different teams. The lock shown in the image next to the channel name specifies that that specific channel is private. Only the people who were invited to the channel will be able to see the private channel. The activity feed allows you to minimize the amount of notifications you receive. With more and more features being added to Teams, there can be the issue of too much noise from notifications. So how do you find the important ones? Within the activity feed, you're able to go in and filter by app mentions. This will allow you to see actionable items where you can see where you've been mentioned specifically. Bookmarking specific content allows you to flag important messages to refer back to. The tasks are pinned within your saved messages. To access your saved messages, click on your profile picture at the top right-hand corner of Teams. A drop-down will show and an option for saved messages will be available. The option for rich text editing is also available. This allows you to draft up your message within Teams. You can action your normal formatting options and ensure that the message is curated correctly before sending. Microsoft Teams is just one spoke in the wheel of what is offered with your Office subscription. Teams is becoming a central hub where you can utilize the rest of the platform from within one application. No need to jump back and forth. You can open documents within a channel and have the team work on the document collaboratively. Within Microsoft 365, you also have access to applications such as SharePoint, where you can share resources, news, and apps across the organization with intranet sites and portals. Use OneDrive for Business to share your files securely and track changes to more effectively co-create content. There's a magnitude of opportunity within the Microsoft offer. Here is a quick review of what was discussed and the 5 key takeaways. Make sure you set up a clear and quiet workspace away from common areas. Attempt to turn phone calls into video chats. Record your video meetings so that you can search key points at a later date. Make use of the mobile application. And use Teams as a central hub for the rest of the Microsoft offering. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the presentation. Hopefully this has answered some of your questions about the utilization of Microsoft Teams. If it's raised questions as to what you can get out of the Microsoft suite, feel free to contact our sales team and get some clarification or further information.